friends, welcome back to Storytime with Mr. L, and today we've got a different group of books to look at, new release books coming to the library these last few weeks of school before summer comes. Can't wait to get these out to the kids. And normally when I'm doing these new release videos, I'm talking about a group of fiction books or chapter books or middle grade or graphic novels or even nonfiction. And I don't normally do a video about a lot of picture books at one time, because normally when I get picture books, I will just get one out or two out or three out at a time as I read them aloud, and then kids take them home and borrow them that same day. So what I'm really excited is to show you, I have a big group of picture books here I want to show you. And I want to start off with a series written by Mac Barnett and illustrated by Jon Klassen. You guys probably know this. It's a classic series: Circle, Triangle, and Square. So original, so clever, so witty, so funny, all black and white. It's just simple illustrations that are so smart and so well done, and stories that are so funny and endearing. So if you haven't read this series, you've got to. And in fact, speaking of Jon Klassen, who often illustrates for other folks, but when he writes his own and illustrates his own, I was telling someone the other day, and this goes for Mac Barnett as well, the books don't always end the way that we want them to end or think they should end, or we flip to the end and we're like, is that all? And I love, it's not even a cliffhanger. It's more of like, what do you think happened? And this book, the third book in the Hat series, We Found a Hat. All right, always a classic, you know, to go with his other two books in the trilogy. I Want My Hat Back and This Is Not My Hat. So this is the third one. And maybe a top 10 picture book for me all time, The Rock from the Sky by Jon Klassen. Just so creative and so like, why would a rock be falling from the sky, and where should I be standing when it does, and how do I know it's going to happen, and all these different characters, and just it's so smart the way it's written and drawn, and so beautiful and so often random, and it's just so good. Jon Klassen, A Rock from the Sky. Another series that I love, and we got this is the first one our library has. We don't have any Charlie and Lola books. Not one. We are extremely very good recyclers. Love Lola as a character. Love Charlie too, and the way that their personalities come together. So if you haven't read this one, I actually haven't read this one, so I'm pretty excited to get this read aloud, hopefully this week. We have 4 books by one of my favorite picture book authors, Oliver Jeffers. How to Catch a Star. If you've ever wondered how to catch a star, it's a good question. And then Up and Down, Oliver Jeffers. Where to Hide a Star, and Lost and Found. These will go great. We only have 2 Oliver Jeffers books on the shelves right now. We have Stuck and The Incredible Book Eating Boy, so adding these 4 is really going to help beef up our Oliver Jeffers collection. And then I have 3 favorite Chris Houghton books, 3. And this is 2 of them. The one I don't have, I'm not going to show you Oh No George. We don't have that yet. But we do have We Have a Plan. So good. What an amazing read aloud. If you want to just blow kids' minds with a read aloud and get them excited and interested in interacting with a book, this is one of my favorites. And of course, so cute, so funny, Little Owl Lost by Chris Houghton. And the little owl falls out of the tree, and then what happens afterwards. Such a wonderful story. Love these 2 books so much. Now, I have a stack of what I would consider relatively new, kind of brand new, mostly new. And we're going to start off with Little Golden Books. Don't really stock Little Golden Books very often, but when you've got K-Pop Demon Hunters, how can you not, right? K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Golden Book, 3 copies. We have the 2026 Caldecott Gold Medal winning Fireworks. This is such a fun story, so cool. I have a longer book talk about this on my channel if you want to see that later. But Fireworks, how excited am I for this? I haven't read this yet. I can't wait. It is a narwhal and jelly book. This book is Dangerous by Ben Clanton, but it's a picture book. Oh my gosh. And I had to take the cover off, but if you buy the one with the cover, the teeth are all textured. It's so cool. Can't wait for kids to read this book. So excited. we're still getting David books. That's not funny, David. Except for it is funny because all David books are funny and kids laugh and love them and just want to check them out all the time. We love David. Thank you, David Shannon, for the newest of the David books. Speaking of the newest in a series, Jory John's The Humble Pie. If you love this series, the food series by Jory John, this is The Humble Pie. Kids, I got sixth graders asking for this. When are you going to have the humble pie ready? Okay, well, it's ready now. It's coming out tomorrow. The third full-size book by Drew Daywalt and Oliver Jeffers in the Crayon series, The Day the Crayons Made Friends, which continues this fun series as we follow the adventures of our crayon friends from the first two books, and of course from all the holiday books that go with this series as well. How can we not always love the pigeon? It's my birthday, it's my birthday. Read this one out loud 3 times last week. Kids were loving it. So funny, because they're like, birthday, birthday. Well, yeah, birthday. And in true Mo style. It's my birthday. So I've started decorating the library with book covers, just because it's easier for me to take them off sometimes if the cover matches the cover of the book. And so I'm covering an entire wall of the library with book covers. It's really cool. But in the top corner of the wall is this book cover. And it has elicited a lot of discussion and controversy and argument over what is the title of this book. Some kids look at it and say it's My Pet Feet. Some kids look at it and say it's My Pet Ferret. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You're going to have to read it. But it is so much fun and it's such a great conversation piece. I love that, like, for the last 2 weeks, the kids have been like, I know it's ferret. I know it's feet. Now we're going to actually read it. Then they'll find out what it is. Reels. Oh, here we go. Picture book. Wish in a Tree, Linda Mulaney Hunt, to go with her fantastic chapter book, Fish in a Tree. Such a beautiful book. If you haven't read this one, Wish in a Tree, it's great. You'll love it. Gymnastica Fantastica. I just love the cover. I haven't read this yet. I just thought it was beautiful. Can't wait to get into this and all those kids who love gymnastics. Oh, and Corey Dorfield. I always love Corey Dorfield, but I have not read this one, Nellie's Big Splash. So all these I'll do is read alouds throughout the week, and then kids will be checking them out and taking them home. So I'm really excited for that. Nellie's Big Splash. And I don't know if you guys have read the original Fluffy McWhiskers, but if there are 38 weeks in the school year, it gets checked out in my library 38 times. This is Crunchosaur Kaboom! And the kids, this cover has been up on the wall too the last couple weeks. So the kids are like, when can we have it? We need the new Fluffy McWhiskers. Well, this week it's coming out. There it is. Fluffy McWhiskers. And then just some books that are kind of a little bit of new and a little bit of old and mixture. Imagine a Night. If you've seen this series, the pictures, the art's just amazing. So gorgeous the way that the pictures sort of blend from one thing into another. So cool. These are something that kids can spend hours looking at. This is our first one from the series in this library. Jacqueline Woodson's The Year I Learned to Fly. Another just beautiful book from Jacqueline Woodson. At this time, you can't have enough Bluey. Bluey, Bluey, Bluey. If I put out a Bluey book, it's gone, which is great. And so here's one more for us to be looking at. Bluey the Fairy Tale. Hannah and the Ramadan Gift. I love expanding my kids' knowledge base on different cultures and religions and worldviews. And so this is a nice Ramadan book that is beautiful, and the kids are going to be excited to get their hands on as well. Speaking of different views, Tokyo Night Parade. This was a Sakura nominated book recently, not maybe 2 years ago. I think this was a Sakura nominated book. So excited to get this book into my kids' hands, talking about Tokyo and Japan. I miss living in Japan, so it's good to chat about that. How cool is this? caves as a picture book. Just this whole thought of like exploring these regions and getting down there and being in these deep caves. So cool. Sherman Alexie's Thunder Boy Jr. Talking about family, talking about independence, talking about who are we, what does our name make us? Thunder Boy Jr. Picture book biography of Kamala Harris. Again, different views. We've got all sides in our library so kids can read about everybody and learn about everyone. This just happens to be a new one about Kamala. You know, I think most teachers and most schools and most kids know when Sophie gets really angry, really, really angry. Well, here's one when Sophie's feelings are really, really hurt. Great to talk to kids about feelings, and to see that displayed in a book is a really good way to start those conversations. Trudy Ludwig, whose books are always beautiful, Brave Every Day. Sleepy Sheepy. Had some kids asking for this too. When are we going to get this? When's Sleepy Sheepy coming out? This week. Here it is. Sleepy Sheepy. Ah, Being a Dog. A Tale of Mindfulness. We all need a little bit more mindfulness in our lives, I think. This is going to be a good one for those kids to think about. Calming our bodies. Got just about 4 more to go. Couple of Peter Reynolds books. We've got Gift of Words and When You Dream Big. Peter Reynolds books, always great for kids to read, always great as read alouds, great conversation starters. A couple Peter Reynolds, 2 more to go. I Am Ingrid, which she is seeing the world's greatest guide dog. Yeah, this was for sale at the book fair, not this particular copy, but the paperback, and we sold a bunch of them at the last book fair. A lot of kids really interested in this, you know, dogs and seeing eye dogs and all kinds of things. So this will be an exciting one to share with the kids. And the last one of the most beautiful covered books that I've seen in a long time, The Proudest Blue, which I love, a story about hijab. And yeah, so many cool picture books coming out right here for these last like 3 weeks of checkout for the end of the year. Can't wait. If you haven't read some of these, you really need to get a chance to, and I've got a few that I'm going to read this week too. Happy reading, friends. Bye.